So Christian, we're in one of the old vine vineyards of Pais that you use both for Bouchon and Longavi. Can you tell me how it is working with Pais, old vines of Pais, and in this dry farming method? What are the kind of secrets of viticulture here?
Well, I think the main secret when you're talking about dry farming is you only get the water of the rain. Okay, so how you maintain the water? And one of the things that we start to work in this vineyard is like stop the use of herbicide. Start to move a little bit the soil, so when the water of winter be able to fall down, okay, and be able for the plants in the future. And one thing that we see in the time, moving the soil a little bit without the use of herbicide, also, I think the soil start to be alive again. And also we have seen, like, also in the vine, we are almost in April, when we start to buy the grape here in this vineyard like 4 or 5 years ago. This was the color of the leaves, in February. So we're in April, and the vine, we already picked the fruit, but the vine is still alive. So I think the secret to get a good maturity is to get like a happy plant until the end, to be able that it will give you the best. Okay, when the plant is too stressed in dry farming, the tannin is a bit of a dry, lose acidity. So you need to get healthy vines. You need to be able to take the water from the rain, and also be really sensitive in the viticulture. For sure, in a more dry year, you need to get less yield too. Okay, so I think secrets: retain the water, be sensitive about the year and how much grape you will get to the end of the harvest.
Excellent. And how do you control the yield? Is it controlled naturally by the age of these vines? These are over 100 years old, or do you also control it through pruning?
Well, in general, Pais, even you would see vines of 100 years old could be really, with a really high yield. So it depends on the year. The first thing is like you get a good pruning. That is the main thing here, and it's not necessary, but some years you need to take maybe a little bit of bunches out when you see that the year is too dry.
Okay.
So sometimes you get too much fruit, but if you don't have good maturity, or you don't have a really good year at the end, it's better to get less bunches, but with a great maturity. Okay.
Excellent. And another thing you've mentioned about this vineyard is that you actually harvest based on different plots. Tell me a bit about how you do your harvest here. How many hectares in total is this vineyard of Pais?
Here is around 3 acres. It's divided in 3 different sectors. We got one that is a little more. We're surrounded here, by native forest. So we have one part that it got the movement of all the granitic soil. There's a flat area with a high evolution granitic soil, high degree of weathering. We pick that separately. In general, they are much more softer tannins, more fruity character.
You pick that first?
We've been at the end.
At the end. Okay.
You got to get more water because of the clay.
Okay.
And then we got like 2 kind of hills. Okay, this one, and we got another one that we can see now. And then we pick those one, and the granitic soil is more kind of in situ, so it got the weathering in the same place without movement. So the vine is a little more stressed, so we need to pick early. But the tannins are a little more present. It's a little more vertical wine, with a little more structure. So to the old vines philosophy, also we try to put a little bit of different picking. We work here with a geologist also to see the difference. And one thing that we realize is like when you're in dry farming, the difference in the soil are you're much more sensitive than when you're drip irrigation. So the difference are amazing.
Absolutely. Fantastic. And last question, how much rain do you get here in Maule? And has it been changing recently?
Yeah, not so much. But
Not enough.
Imagine, I don't know, the last, between 2010 to 2000, the average was around 750 millimeters. And if you take 2012 to 2022, it's around 500.
Okay.
So 24% less.
So that's where your viticulture management really comes.
Yeah, and it's also in the difficult year you will see much more different. We are really happy. We were talking about this, the kind of the health of the vines. Beside the fruit is a consequence. So if the vine is healthy, good maturity, you will get good fruit.
Excellent, fantastic. Sounds good enough.